I'm Abiola Jackson. This is the Entertainment News and Celebrity Gossip TV for Wednesday, March the 26th. In entertainment news, the plot thickens on the Xavier Worthy case situation with his ex Tia Jones. So the latest on this one is to Marca.com, fair use for this news story. Xavier Worthy sues ex-fiancée after assault allegations. Fans spot strange message in her bio. That's Xavier Worthy's ex, and that's Xavier Worthy there. So Kansas City Chief rookie Xavier Worthy turned the page on a turbulent month and taking legal action in the process. He filed a civil lawsuit against his former fiancée Tia Jones following the March 7th arrest over domestic violence allegations. Now, his ex accused Worthy of choking her during the argument, leading to a charge of assault on a family member or household. Now, Travis County District Attorney, they wouldn't pursue charges. That was at the time. They didn't pursue charges. There's lack of evidence. Now, Worthy's side of the story came out, and it's a bit complicated now. So, in this case here, as you can see, according to the court filings, Worthy is claiming that Jones fabricated the assault allegations and he got physically attacked. She stole cash and valuables, intentionally trying to harm his career. Lawsuit alleges that this is part of a calculated effort to damage his image and benefit personally from the fallout. So basically, she had a plan. It was an orchestrated plan that she tried to pull off. She didn't really love him, as we all know. She's just there for the clout and the fame, and to get some of his valuables, money, cash, and whatnot. So that's what Worthy is claiming here. That's what came out here. That's what he was claiming during that time. Now, even though she claims she's a woman of God, she's obviously a hypocrite because she says she's a woman of God, and if you're a woman of God, you're not doing these devious, spiteful, disgusting things. That's not being a woman of God, but that's what she claims. And there's more stuff on here as well too, on another report. We'll get to that in a moment. See, claiming property destruction. That's not a woman of God. When you're doing property destruction to the man's home, civil assault, battery, defamation, and theft. All that's not being a woman of God. See, cheating on your soon-to-be ex-fiancé. That's not a woman of God. See, destroyed the gaming. Now they're saying that she destroyed the gaming room, ripped huge chunks of his hair, stole and destroyed his property, valuables, over $150,000 worth of his personal property and cash. So, what he's doing, he's suing her now for $250,000 in damages. He's not going to press charges, but what he just did a full 365 and is suing her now. He's basically trying to hit her pockets where it hurts. That's what he's trying to do, sue her and hit her pockets where it hurts. Abused him. So all this is not being a woman of God. I'm sorry, but this is not a woman of God. That's ludicrous. See? So we're going to show you the other half now. This is where it gets interesting now. This is Tia Jones. We'll show you how devious she is and how, once again, she's not worthy of God. There's another article here about this. Just one moment. As we mentioned, there's another article here from the Times of India. So check this out, guys. Xavier Worthy exposes fiancé's alleged affair with a trainer through a private investigator. So he hired a private investigator while he was busy preparing for the Super Bowl. So Xavier Worthy, um, as you know, he got a private investigator, and he suspected his fiancée was cheating. So got the private investigator, and check this out. She had an alleged affair with a trainer ahead of the Super Bowl. So that's not being a woman of God, as she claims. So so at the time he is preparing, but he didn't something didn't feel right about his relationship at the time. So he used his instincts, got the private investigator, and like I said before, he found out. I guess this story is done. Yeah, the story is finished here. He found out that he basically found out that she's messing around with a personal trainer. So that's the story right there. So you see, you're a woman of God. You're messing around with a personal trainer. Infidelity. That's infidelity. Number two, you're damaging the man's property on his home that he owns. 3, you're destroying his equipment and his valuables. 4, you're stealing over $150,000 in cash, and that includes jewelry and whatnot. And all these things do not equate to a woman of God. So now he's counteracting and suing you for $250,000 in damages. So basically, Xavier Worthy is smart. He's hitting you where your pocket. He's trying to hit you where your pocket hurts. He's trying to hit your pockets where it hurts. That's what I meant to say. Trying to hit your pockets where it hurts. That's what Xavier Worthy is doing to his ex-fiancée. I mean, that's and it showed there I show you guys in the picture that half of his hair was pulled out. She pulled out half of his hair. He's got the evidence. We saw the evidence. Lied and fabricated and said that he assaulted her. He abused her. Called domestic violence on Xavier Worthy. Well, up to now, I don't see proof. Where's the proof of that she's claiming? Where's that proof? You don't see that. I mean, basically, she just, like I said earlier, she just had from the get-go, she had a plot and a scheme and a devised scheme to extort this man for all kind of things that I mentioned to you, money and all kind of stuff, cash, all kind of stuff, while she's messing around with a trainer. Messing around with a trainer, you're doing all this stuff. It was a plotted, devised scheme that she had all along, from day one, from the time she met him, from the time they were supposed to get married, from the time that he proposed to her. At that time they were engaged. All that time she had a scheme and a plot. That whole time. Crazy, I tell you. And obviously she didn't have her way. Xavier Worthy caught on to her, said that she messing around with a trainer, and that's when she acted a fool. She began acting delirious, damaged his property, pulled his hair, as you can see in the photos, and all kind of stuff. This is what happened. So I mean, yeah, the proof's in the pudding. We saw the photos right there. all a devised scheme. All a devised scheme. Man, I mentioned in the last videos, man. It's, you're a high profile athlete. You have to. You can't. You barely know this woman for. You've known this woman for under 2 years or a year or something like that. Now, you don't even know this woman for 5+ years. You haven't even gotten to that point. But within 2 years or a year, you're gonna propose to this woman. And it's another case I mentioned in the last video when I covered the story before. It's too much too soon. He did too much too soon. That's the lesson to be learned here. It's too much too soon. Like I said, you gotta vet the woman. You need to vet her. You need to see if she's compliant and following your lead and following what she's telling you to do, or following what you're asking her to do. You got to vet her properly. See, or else if not, these things are going to happen. This is a perfect example of that. So that's the lesson learned here, guys. Just basically, you're dealing with these women. Understand when you're getting into marriage is a business. It's an absolute business. It's a business. Marriage is a business. So you have to. So that's why we say you need to vet the woman for 5+ years and make sure she's consistently following your lead, and basically she's doing what she's doing what you're asking her to do by following your lead consistently throughout the 5 years, and see if there's any red flags along the way. And obviously you didn't do that. It's pretty obvious, because look how she's acting. She's being very delirious and acting out. Look what she's acting. Look how she's acting. Oh, it's all kind of madness. I mean, this is what you have to do. This is the process, or else you're gonna, you know what, you're gonna end up like Xavier Worthy, and you're gonna be in these kind of uncompromising situations. These are uncompromising situations that you're in right now, because you're not. You gotta vet the woman properly to avoid all this madness. To avoid the madness, this is what you have to do. So this is a lesson learned. This is a lesson learned here. Valuable lesson here to be learned. Valuable lesson and an eye-opening lesson. Very eye-opening and a valuable lesson to learn. Fellas gotta, especially when you're a high-profile athlete like Xavier Worthy, you're in the Super Bowl. You're at the highest level. You're at the highest championship level in professional football in the NFL, and you're a big name, and you can't be. And this goes for other athletes out there, prominent people, even everyday people out there, everyday guys out there. You guys can't. This is a lesson for all guys out there. Just vet the woman properly. This is a lesson here. Vet her properly. Don't rush into any marriage after you don't barely know for a year or two. You're rushing stuff. Take your time and vet her properly, and make sure you know what you're doing and know what you're getting into. I mean, this is crazy. It's crazy. This is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, oh boy, that's all I got to say about this. I've exhausted and I've said everything I have to say. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, the plot thickens in this case. We'll see. We'll see how she's gonna counteract. Tia Jones. Let me see what she's gonna say. I mean, her dirty laundries are already been aired out. I mean, how she's gonna counteract with this? How is she gonna counteract with this now? What's her counteraction now? She's labeled as an abuser, a gold digger, an extortionist. This is how she's labeled. So how is she gonna counteract with this now? In my opinion, honestly, whatever she counteracts with, I'm telling you, it's gonna be weak. It's gonna be weak. It's gonna be weak. Whatever she says to me, in my opinion, it's gonna be weak. It'll be weak. It's gonna be weak at this point, because what Xavier Worthy has presented and what he has done with the private investigator, it's strong. It's so strong that whatever she counteracts with, it's going to be impossible to believe her side. It's going to be impossible. But let me see what she's going to say. To me, it's going to be impossible. It's going to be impossible to counteract that and overturn all that stuff that he's claiming, that he shows as proof. But we'll see. Let me see how this is going to play out. That is my opinion. Let me see how this is going to play out. Again, that's all I got to say. Nothing else to say about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. More entertainment news, celebrity gossip TV. That's my opinion. That's my thoughts on this. Again, we're going to follow this story closely and get the end result on this. See what happens. They're suing him for what, $150,000 to $250,000 in damages. Let me see what she's gonna do now. Let me see how she's gonna counteract that. Again, that's all I gotta say. Again, hit the like and subscribe button. And for more entertainment news and celebrity gossip TV, we're done. We're out. Peace. Take care.